I don't know about you, but organization is not my forte. Crafting I can do, putting away crafting supplies, not so much. Luckily, I found Kelsey Tuya, professional organizer extraordinaire of Your Life Revamped, who has taken Lars into realms I cannot even tell you have changed my life. She took our abysmal crafting room and turned it into magic. She also took our storage room, which is a huge basement. We call it the DIY cemetery where crafts go to die. And she, again, made magic. We're gonna show you a little bit more today. Welcome, Kelsey.
Thank you, I'm so excited to be here.
Kelsey is gonna show us 3 ways to organize your own craft room or craft closet so you can have your life changed too. So Kelsey, as a crafter, I feel like I have to keep everything because I can potentially use it. Do you have any tips on what to do with that stuff?
Yes. Okay, so my #1 tip for most spaces, but especially a craft space, is gonna be decluttering and smart decluttering. Because honestly, I know when I was doing this for you, I would go through and be like, I know she could use this. I know she could make something out of a old feather in a hat, you know, or a piece of paper that looks crumbled. But you just gotta remember that when you're going through things and you're seeing what you like, make sure that you really can use it. I mean, if it's an old feather that you've had forever, it's okay to get rid of. If it's a piece of paper, like this piece of paper, awesome, keep it. Look at all that space. If there's little tiny spaces on the edges today you can use, it's okay to throw away the paper and start with a fresh one. And I know as a crafter that's hard because this is what you do. And this is, you're making stuff all day long and you don't want to waste it. But just remember to be smart about it and keep stuff that is actually usable.
Got it. Okay, so I have so many things, like lots of different types of things. My brain kind of goes like, what do I do?
So best thing at that is tip #2 is categorize. Okay, so just remember everything has a space and a home together, right? So this bin that you had, this cubby, was amazing and my favorite thing because it's perfect. It's like all your scissors in here, all your washi tape in here, and we even did it color coordinated, rainbow-wise, because that just is pretty. It makes you happy, right, when you look at it. And that way, when you come over here, you know all the washi tape you have. The problem is, if you don't do that, you will be like, oh my gosh, I have no green washi tape. Look how much green washi tape you have. If it wasn't all together and then you're going to buy new washi tape and then you find your bin of washi tape, you know? So just remember to really make sure every time you get a new washi tape, a new scissor, a new glue stick, you put them all back in their space. And once you have a space, that's easy. Before that, that's hard. So just remember, it's gonna take time to do one big categorization, and then after that, you'll be golden.
Awesome. All right, Kelsey, you made our space look amazing, but I know this won't last long if it's left in my hands. So as we're constantly working, we have like 20 projects a day. How can I keep it organized?
That is like one of the top questions I get everywhere in every space I do. And my tip 3 for you guys is to just always be okay that you're gonna be in constant flux, especially in a craft space, and especially with what you do and how you work and all that, all your projects you're working on. So just remember to have an open mind about it, and this space that we created for you is basically your flex station, and it's, you know, stuff you're working on right now, stuff you always grab to, that kind of stuff, and then you can switch it out and you can have stuff that you're working on at that point here later, and that's okay too. But just remember, you might switch out your bins, you might change the labels on them, you might add something to them, and most likely you'll add something to them, and that's awesome. Like you have a bin of markers, you're gonna get more markers, and that's okay, put them in. But just remember, you have a space like we talked about, so then it'll be so much easier for your brain and your creativity if you know, like, oh my gosh, I don't have all this stuff everywhere, I have a space for it. And I can bring in new stuff and create a new space, and that's okay. You'll be buying new bins. Yeah.
Now, I want to point out one thing, because last year I bought this flat file, and I've been wanting a flat file for ages. But on top of it, we ended up putting like everything I owned, just like on a mountain. Tell me what you did here, because I think this was really clever.
So a big thing that people get really stressed about is bins. Like they're like, I get what you're saying, go put them in bins. I can't visualize which bins would work or, you know, things like that. Go seriously and just look down the aisles of all the bin aisles in Target and IKEA, in, you know, Container Store, and just your mind will start working, especially your creativity anyway. So I promise your mind starts working that way. And so for me, I went in and thought, okay, I knew there were these long bins. And so I thought, oh my gosh, perfect, because these papers were so long. I mean, even some of them don't fit, as we noticed, but at least these are just your pink and blue ones.
So we have these large like backdrops. We use these for a lot of different things. So where do you put them? So these bins actually are the perfect spot for them.
So they fit all your things in, like we did color again, because we love the color organization and the rainbow and all of that. So we did that for each one, and what's nice is now when you think, oh, I need a green one, they're all right here, and they're not, before they were falling and like all over each other, so when you pulled one out, they all tipped. So I think my biggest thing a tip again for you guys would be, create a bin, you know what I mean, in a sense. Like go and say, oh, this bin is for underneath your bed. It's for whatever. Perfect, it's long, it's skinny. It'll take all your paper, hold your paper.
Thank you so much, Kelsey, for teaching them how to organize their craft closets as much as you organize ours.
Of course.
Please go follow her. You will love her tips and tricks on Instagram and also on her blog, www.yourliferevamped.com, and @yourliferevamped on Instagram.
Easy peasy.